Hey there Facebook, it is Vanessa here again, your motivational speaker, trainer and head coach from Live, Love, Give. And today's message, I want to ask you all a question, and that ultimately is, what inspires the best out of you? And I really want to ask you this because when we can get in attunement with what really inspires us, then ultimately we are going to be so motivated to move forward. We're going to be so energized moving forward, and we want that. And so the reason why today's message sort of popped into my head to deliver to you guys today was that yesterday I had such a beautiful day here in Melbourne, in the city, with my beautiful mum and dad, and we were walking down an area, South Bank, along the water. And it was beautiful and sunny, and so many people were out, and we were just walking along, just having fun and enjoying each other's company. And coming towards us was these two young parents with their little boy. I think he would have been maybe like 4 or 5 years old, and he just looked directly at me, and he was holding his mum's hand, and he walked straight up to me, and he handed me this fistful of flowers, and he said, "Would you like these?" And it was so gorgeous. It was so cute. And you know, his parents were kind of shocked and kind of laughing, and just thought it was really cute. And yeah, and I wholeheartedly just accepted his cute gesture and thanked him so much. And it woke me up. I just had a conversation after that with my mum, and it woke me up. Something that I'm constantly inspired by is kindness between strangers, absolutely. And definitely, I like to term it, as corny as it might sound, kind of the beauty of humanity. And that is absolutely what inspires the best out of me. And I think that if we could walk around our lives, you know, giving love abundantly, because look at this little kid who walked up to a complete stranger and confidently, you know, put his love out there, his kindness out there. And he was so lit up that I was lit up, you know. And I really think that that's what we should be here doing, you know, getting outside of our fears around love being a scarce commodity, you know, and actually, you know, our genuine true nature is to give abundantly. Love is not scarce. Love is abundant. And I think that as we grow up and we develop, we get all these fears and insecurities, and we wouldn't do that because that other person might reject us or whatever it is. And ultimately we miss giving the gift that, you know, it really made my day, and it's really carried into today. And it's really just woken me up again to a new level of, like I said, just that beauty of humanity. And also, you know, touched his heart as well. And everybody who saw that happen, you know, that is what really gets to our core. Like, that's what gets through the fear and into our heart. And I think that's really what matters. And so my challenge to you guys is to identify, you know, what is that thing that inspires you beyond measure, beyond anything. For me, like I said, nothing at all lights me up any more than seeing kindness between strangers, you know, without condition, without expectation. It's just genuine love. Like, if I can light you up, I'm gonna, you know. And that actually did happen a lot throughout the day. My mum and I were like just dishing out compliments left, right, and center. Whenever they were like, we saw something, we were alerted to something beautiful in another person, to give that to them. And it was so touching to see that. And you know, I just had a moment also yesterday. It was just such a beautiful day. You know, I had a moment yesterday where there was quite a few homeless people around, and you know, my mum and dad were just giving to them. And I really appreciated that. I'm not trying to talk them up or anything. Like, I know we all do kind things, but it just kind of touched my heart that I was really noticing the beauty of humanity. And that's really our truth. And you guys who've been following me for a long time know that authenticity to me is absolutely everything. You know, genuine authenticity. And I think that when we are our most authentic, we are so loving, we are so giving, and we're not holding stuff back. You know, we're not playing games. We're not, we're not giving just to get. We actually get lit up in ourselves by lighting another up. And I really feel like that is the purpose of our lives. It's a huge purpose of our lives, is to love fully and be loved fully. That is the art of giving and receiving without condition. That's love. And yeah, like I said, nothing inspires me more. I think that if we're all really honest, like, love is the most inspiring thing of all, that unconditional giving without expectation. And particularly for me, it comes when I see it between strangers. That to me just like, and it's actually good segue actually here, because it's actually the whole reason why I created the Limitless Potential Inner Circle Facebook community, because people who are following along in with my content, I started seeing them engaging with one another. I started seeing them loving each other. I started seeing them showing each other support, answering little questions, and really coming with that love and that kindness. And I thought, oh my gosh, we need a community, we need a group where all of you beautiful people are a part of it, and we can, really keep doing that, really tap into that giving, that receiving, and, reaching new levels of our potential through love. So if you haven't joined already, I would absolutely wake you up and shake you up and get you to click on the link above and definitely request to join. I will accept you and approve you into the group, and come and join nearly 3,000 incredible, beautiful, loving, intelligent, extraordinary human beings who all want to support you, encourage you, and challenge you to get to your next level while they do the same. So definitely do that. And I'd love to hear from you guys. So I'll answer my question in terms of, what inspires the very, very best out of you. And I'd love to hear from you. And if you have any questions or comments or any feedback for me, I would absolutely love to engage with you right here, right now. So definitely drop that below. And I'm going to check in with you guys. And I've got Hassani and Clint and Sam and Rob and Dan and Gabrielle and Bruno and Jeremy and Chris. And Sam, I feel energized listening to you. Thank you so much, Sam. I so appreciate that. And I'm looking forward to locking down a time with you so I can take you through the personality psychology. Can't wait to introduce you to that. And Caden's here. Awesome. And Bruno. And Vicky and Shane and Wyan and Pop and Jason, awesome. And Sam, I remember working in kindergarten and kids were giving me food. I felt so touched and said thank you with so much love and appreciation. That is so beautiful, Sam. And I think that's, we've all heard it. We can learn so much from kids because, but it's true. It's so true because they don't have those fearful filters, they're just giving at their true nature. And it's as we grow and evolve, we have different experiences that we layer on all these fears, and that's what prevents us from living our true nature. So I love that, Sam, and it's so beautiful to give much love and appreciation, because rewarded actions get repeated. So when somebody gives us kindness, reward them, and it spreads. So absolutely, I love that, Sam. And Paul's here, and Paula, and Nikki, and Shane, great attitude, love it. And Ronnie, and Cheryl, and Sam, I love it when you say, we're not playing games. Oh my gosh. I can't stand when I see people in relationship. It always comes out in particular in our intimate relationships. And all they really want, like they're two really beautifully well-intentioned individuals who all they really want is to love fully and be loved fully, but they think their way of doing so is to play games, is to hold back, is to not give too much, is all these different rules and regulations, and ultimately they're just a whole lot of fears that put walls between you and your purpose of loving fully and being loved fully. So my mentality around that is just be authentic, just be all of who you are. Be true to yourself. If you don't want to do something, don't do it. Be honest about it. If you do want to do something, do it. Be honest about it. It's as simple as that. We don't need to play all these mind games that put these walls up between us and really what we're after, that love. So I absolutely love that resonated with you, Sam. And Kimuden, I think. Lovely to have you, and Russell, and yeah, Sam. Love and kindness is so healing, absolutely, and giving inspires the best of me, absolutely. You know, and you know, I wrote about love like a few months ago, and I really resonate with what sort of came up for me, which is that when you master the art of both giving and receiving without condition, you've truly mastered the art of love. That's what love is. It's giving, it's receiving without condition. So many of us get stuck on either side, you know, where we just think we need to give, and we don't feel worthy, or we don't want to accept other people's gestures of love, and that's not love. That's very one-sided. Or on the other side, where we just take, and we're not actually willing to give, that's not love either. They're both coming from fearful ends of the spectrum, and ultimately we need to master the art of both giving and receiving without condition. So I love that, and thanks for sharing, Sam. And Ismail, thanks for being here. And Frank, what about beliefs? I'm not entirely let me know what you mean by that, Frank. I'd love to hear from you. And Judy and Michael and Ashley, thanks for being here. And Bruno, imagination, love it. And yeah, so Frank, let me know what you were asking me there, because I wasn't really quite picking up what you were putting down, but definitely let me know. And Laval, thanks so much for joining. But guys, really, that was my message for you. I really hope that today's message has got you shifting perspective, asking yourself, you know, what inspires the absolute best out of me? You know, really ask yourself, get attuned to what that is, and start working out ways where you can bring more of that into your life. You know, at the Date with Destiny Tony Robbins event that I've just left a few days ago, so I have no voice, and so I've been really sick, but ultimately part of my true purpose and mission in life is to notice and enjoy and contribute to the beauty of humanity, because that is ultimately what inspires me at the highest level. And when we come from a place of inspiration, then ultimately we can build so much momentum towards our dreams and our goals and our ability to contribute at higher and higher levels. So if you can identify what inspires the absolute best out of you, and you can tap more fully into that from a new level of consciousness, then ultimately you are definitely going to be able to add so much more value to the rest of the world. And that's what ultimately, that's the game. You know, that is what lights us up beyond measure, when we feel like we can have a meaningful impact and add value to others. So definitely get onto that, and I'd love to hear from you guys if you discover what it is that inspires the best out of you, and definitely how you're going to utilize that source of inspiration to move you in the direction of attainment of your dreams. I'd love to hear from you. And good morning to you, Laval and Frank. I'm unsure what I believe about the rules of life. Okay, Frank, so not totally sure, but what I would say is that you know, I really think that we don't need more rules to live by. I think that if we simplify the world down to love or fear, every single thing that we do, we say, we experience, we believe is either coming from a place of love or it's coming from a place of fear. So, you know, they both get very different results. So, you know, a simple way of looking at your life is everything that you do moving forward from this point in, ask yourself, is this coming from love or is this coming from fear? And obviously a life lived from the direction of love is always going to be one rich and full and abundant and positive and inspiring and energizing. Whereas when we live our life from a place of fear, then we're going to feel defeated, we're going to feel anxious, we're going to feel cut off, we're going to feel like we're going to hold ourselves back, and that is not a life really worth living. So that's what I would say. I would absolutely say that you need to work on asking yourself, building that self-awareness around where you're coming from, which direction you're taking, love or fear, in every area of your life, in every moment. And then once you've built that consciousness and you can ask yourself that question with everything that you do, start directing it towards love. And if you recognize that you have been choosing fear, then ask yourself, well, what would love do in this moment? What would love choose? What would an abundant mindset be? What would a growth mindset be, as opposed to a scarcity fixed mindset How can I come from a growth mindset, an abundant mindset, an open mindset from love? And that is where life truly begins. I really hope that was of value to you, Frank. I hope I've answered your question in some weird way. I hope that was valuable. And Moises and Megan, thanks so much for joining. I hope you guys catch the recording and get a ton of value from today's message. Definitely hit me up and let me know what inspires the very best out of you. And I am absolutely sending you guys all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I hope you're having a brilliant day. I'm just about to check out of the beautiful Intercontinental. I've had a great stay here. It's been beautiful and with my family, and gonna head home for the first time in nearly 3 months, or it must be 3 months now. So it'll be good. It'll be good to get back to my own pillow just for a little bit. So sending you all my love, and so much love to you, Sam. Thank you so much, and thanks for joining, Roy. I will see you guys tomorrow, and much love to you as well, Frank, and thank you so much. And yeah, have an extraordinary quality of day.